Okay. Hello. My name is Adrio Poon, and my case study is on Webtoon. What is Webtoon? Webtoon is one of the world's largest global platform for webcomics, also known as digital comics, where users have the ability to either discover series, create their own series, all of which are comics that are read in a vertical scrolling format. It was also founded in South Korea. But the company's goal is global storytelling platform that inspires people with story-oriented entertainment by enabling creators to easily discover, create, and share stories while providing users with a personalized and enjoyable experience. On the side, you see I included a GIF of the browser version where you can get a feel of how it works or how it feels to like scroll on the site. Like you scroll down. Oh, sorry. You scroll down. You can, it's basically a carousel where you can like go to left, right, and see each category also, which is very similar to what it is on the mobile app too. So my role is a UX designer. I am a new UX designer and I'm trying to improve my and build upon my design portfolio. So I selected Webtoon's I need to change this mobile application to build my design and valuation skills. My experiences as UX designer, I created a wireframe for my makeup e-commerce website in my suite class, and I prototyped and designed a merchandise tutorial app for like my mentees in a separate program for how to make merch. So, what's my motivation? I've been an avid user of Webtoon since middle school in 2018, and I continue to use it in the present 2025. But why do I keep using it? For the browser, I use it because of the order of the Webtoons easy to navigate, support indie artists, and doom scroll. Some of the changes or deltas I would like to include is design, some of the captions, headers for the Webtoon series, and for the mobile version, I think it's more convenient to access. For deltas, excessive ads, reels. I don't know which episode I liked and the episode number. Um, but for the sake of this case study, I'll be focusing mainly on the mobile version. So my goals for this is identify key elements for what makes the Webtoon browser successful, while being able to improve and incorporate changes that acknowledge user needs and company needs. And these images on the side are some of the series that I really like reading growing up. So, a few issues with Webtoon Mobile, as I mentioned. One of them is ads. As you can see in the red boxes, there's lots of ads. Um, like the now on Webtoon Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, blah blah blah. I know that's a new feature, but it comes off as an ad, including the other random ads. There's also reel content, short form content, also known as reels now. It's still in their beta mode on the mobile app, but it irritates a lot of users, especially ones that just want to read comics. Um, there's also a misleading number of episodes that are free. Like in this example, it says six more episodes, but if you compare it to the image on the right, there's actually six episodes that I have to pay for, not free episodes. Also, lastly, it doesn't show which episodes you've liked or not. It only shows which episodes you've read. So for my user personas, I have three of them. There's an occasional, avid user, and one who just likes to support artists. So my first user, Oz, he's an occasional user. He wants to create an app that displays League of Legends that's using API. And for his pain points, he wishes it was more easier to browse and he dislikes Reels a lot. For Morgana, she's an avid user. She's been using it for years, and some of her goals related to the app are getting others to read her favorite series, but her pain points for the mobile app is ads, fast pass, and the likes button. She likes things that are neat, organized, and easy to doom scroll, very straight to the point. And for Mordecai, our last user, he's just an art supporter. He likes finding artists on Instagram and then supporting them. Pain points is for him are like finding info about the creators. So for my first user story is Morgana. Wow, it's been such a long day of classes. I can't wait to read some webtoons. I hope my favorite series has updated and they get into the app. And bruh, why are there reels all over my feed? Do you see it immediately along with ads too? So I just want to read my favorite series. So for my notes, it's better to space out all these new, less wanted features and have it between new features. So in my first redesign, I I used I said that the pros of the original design was that it kept similar weight slash space distribution so that each section takes up um that each section takes up evenly. As you can compare with the old version, which is on the left side, um, of the watch the series and the noun webtoon areas take around the same amount of space. So in my redesign or by deltas, I alternate between wanted and unwanted content so that it goes watch the series and then top picks for you. And as you can see, they still have a similar amount of space that's taken up, so they can still promote their beta feature while also alternating between things that the user would want too. So since I understand that companies still need to earn money somehow with ads to promote their new features, and that is also why I decided to make this as a compromise. The Gestalt principles I utilize for this is proximity and similarity. For proximity, it's like keep grouping all of these together so that they're able to easily identify which is which. And similarity, I wanted to make it so that it's easily grouped together so that the user isn't as overwhelmed and so that there's a good balance of wanted and unwanted content. So yeah, look at Morgana. Wow, I'm so happy. I'm no longer bombarded with unwanted content. Now, user journey. Part two. Oh my God. I found my favorite series. Oh, 6 episodes I want to read. I want to catch up. But then when you click on it and scroll down, oh, I like how it shows which episodes I read last. So it shows that through its transparency in comparison to the unread episodes. Oh, but now there's a road bump. The 6 episodes are only ones that I had to buy with coins. These aren't free episodes I can read. Guess I'll read something else. So for this, it's basically saying that you have to buy 6 episodes, but um I think for my note is to specify that these are 6 free episodes or say if there are ads needed to view it. So for my pros of the original design, they do a good job on 3 more free episodes. I think that makes it really clear and transparent to the user that they can read that certain number of episodes. But if you're caught up in a series like Mr. Tiger Snacks, I'm already caught up with it. It's misleading because it'll say 6 more episodes instead of stating that there's 6 more episodes that you have to pay for if you want to read it. So for my deltas, change 6 more episodes to 6 more coin episodes, which is basically the form of currency in this app, so that it has still a similar style to the 6 more free episode layout, and it makes it more transparent, increasing user trust towards the company. Okay, now continue on the user journey. Wow, after scrolling, um, wow, that was a really good chapter. Um, and then she really liked how it shows the every Wednesday, like every time it's up, and the heart icon at the bottom. Just do note that this is from the browser version, the screenshot, but it has a similar format in the mobile. I just can't screenshot it due to privacy reasons. But in comparison, when she goes back to the previous page, it doesn't show whether I like the episode or not, and she wishes that it did. So if you compare this screenshot, it used to be on the web browser and the mobile browser that you are able to see which episodes you've liked or not. It does a good job of signifying that you hearted the episode. So for my next redesign, um, for the pros, I think it's really good that they use faded color to signify that they've read episodes, and they have a tab that shows the last episode you read. So for my deltas, um, it it since they don't show whether you've read like the episode or not, I want to make it so that it shows like it has a heart. So the green hearts show that you've read it, and it'll be transparent, and so that whatchamacallit, so that you can tell that you've liked the episode, but with the green or with the gray, it will show that you haven't read it or if you haven't liked it yet. And the principles I use is figure ground for this, since Webtoon makes it easy to tell that you haven't read the which episodes you haven't read by making um the read episodes feel more transparent. And by doing so with the likes, even though it signifies like with the bright green that you have liked it, by having it more faded, it matches that aesthetic too. So meanwhile, other Doom scores are opening the app. Oh my gosh, I really love not using TikTok. Oh, Reels. the user sees um like they keep scrolling down and they see that there's a lot of series too. So for my note, reducing the size of the home screen so that it can feel more evenly weighted and give them the option for carousels so it doesn't clash with the vertical scrolling. Because as you can see in this GIF, you have to like scroll down and you have to scroll right. So it's like two different directions, and then there's a lot of content to go through. So simplifying this makes it easier for users to take in all the information that they're getting. Oh yeah, and this section, I already acknowledged in my first design. So for my redesign or 1.3, I decided to add a carousel function so that so it takes the top picks for you and it matches the other parts of this the home screen, such as the arrow here. Um, and I made the top picks a 2 by 3 carousel so it doesn't take up the entire region. And the principle that I use for this is common region so that you can easily group it and it like matches the aesthetic of all the other regions. Now it's easier for the user to see different categories and access more. So like in the screenshot, if you press this button, it'll be able to scroll more. So you are able to get the same effect as the previous, but less vertical scrolling down so that you can have more access to the other sections. So time to read my favorite webtoon. Wait, reels again? So note the reels are both shown on the home and series screen, but feel like we can adjust this so that people can see it more willingly. So my redesign 2 is using signifiers and the usage of bolds. I think it's really good and makes it easy to read and follow. So for my deltas, make a trailers tab along with the existing preview episodes subheaders. This ensures that users are able to view it on their own accord. Uh, Although I would position it so that the trailers are after the episodes so that they aren't like annoyed. So in comparison, I took the trailer section, put it here, pretend that the trailers is to the pretend episodes is in the front. Um, but it would show this tab and it would be similar to like what it's like just scrolling down and seeing all the episode lists. And the principle I use is common fate. And then one last scroller, Mordecai. Oh, wow. I see my favorite artist on Webtoon. I'm gonna go support them. Oh, okay. They're able to find the Webtoon and they have they click the author signifier button. So I think it's pretty good that they have a symbol that an underline that shows more info about the author because some of them don't, especially if they're not a verified account maker. But for the ones that do have information about them, this is really good. Um, and then through their process, they click the button, then they see more information about the user, then they click the user, as shown here, Muley, and then they're able to access the story feed. Oh wow, it feels like kind of like Twitter. Now I can see the different statuses of some of the episodes or if the creators are on hiatus. I wonder if there's another way to get to the profile. I think that part's pretty good. But to get another method of getting there is using the My button and scrolling to the right and going to creators. But there's a lot of steps into getting here. And like what's unlocked in comments. So for my note is user had to scroll a bit and go through a few tabs to find it, so making it easier to access. So by doing that is the My page. The spacing between each creator is good, and the signifiers make it easy to tell like what section the user is in. But for my deltas, I slightly reposition the order of the subheader so it's easier to find creators, especially because unlock comments and etc. aren't sections users typically look for. So I switched it so creators would be right after downloads. And yeah, so now it would be easier for users to find it quickly. Wow, now I can see reels on my own accord without getting ignored, and now I can read. So for my evaluation, I used ISO 9241. For my effectiveness, I put it as 7.5. It does a pretty good job at grouping different series together. It could improve the order of how things are organized, so like the ads and reels. Um, so they could improve that better, so there's a better user satisfaction. Efficiency, I would say 8 because there's lots of scrolling. It takes a long time to find different sections because of how much content it bombards users with. By grouping it and making it less overstimulating, it would be better for users to get access to different genres and like scrolling down. Satisfaction 8, they're pretty okay besides the ads and reels. Safe to use. Content is mainly is P if it's PG, it gives you a warning. Utility, it does its function properly. Easy to learn. I would say 8.5, especially for new users. It adds new instructions and shows you how to do, and it has how to use certain things, and has provides good feedback and has bold certain areas. And easy to remember. It uses bright green to signify feedback. So my reflection, in this case study, I was able to obtain a lot of experience in relation to obtaining user research and input. I learned how to effectively frame questions so that I can both learn enough about the user in addition to naturally getting them to open up about the product without getting single-sided answers. I was able to identify principles such as figure ground, similarity, proximity, and common fate to explain why the design of and why the UI of Webtoon was successful and how to improve it even more. In terms of creating wireframes, I was able to get practice with taking not existing designs and improving them to optimize the experience of the user, in addition to compromising both the company's and users' goals. And these are examples of some of the changes I created. And that's my video. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk and have an amazing day. Period.